Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I'm Alex, I'm from North Brewing Company. I'm just here on the allotment, getting some produce that we've been growing. Shall we have a look at what we've been growing so far? So April is a perfect time to be harvesting Kveik IPAs, especially ones that come from Stillwater and North Brewing Company. I've got some just down here that we're about to pick, so let's get to it. Lovely, we've got one right here that looks like it's ready to be picked. Ah, yes. So, yep, here is the North Brewing Company and Stillwater Artisanal Kveik IPA. It's got a lovely pattern on it, the blue and yellow, which is known as a refold pattern. We'll get this cleaned up and we'll pick a glass and we'll get tasting it. There we go. Give it a nice rinse and clean to reveal that pattern. Absolutely gorgeous. Just get a close up of that. Very lovely. I've also got a transmission that I picked earlier. It's also a good time to be harvesting these if you've got any in your garden. We'll go and pick our glass for us to drink from. If you follow me this way, we've got a glass tree over here. Look at this one, absolutely stunning. Here we go. Let's get tasting. So before we get tasting, I just want to say hello to everyone at Cyberfest and thank you all for coming and for joining us. Also, before we get tasting, I'm just going to give a bit of background about the beer, how it came to be in existence, and a little bit of background about the brewery, North Brewing Company. So it kind of makes sense to start with how the brewery came to be. Back in 2015, the owners of North Bar decided to open a brewery. They'd always wanted to for quite a few years, and in 2015 they were able to make that happen. Their story goes back to 1997 when they first opened North Bar in Leeds. Leeds was a completely different place as to what it is now, and really lacked a nice venue to have a nice, relaxed, calm drink with friends. So John and Christian decided to put an end to that, and they opened a North Bar, nice, relaxed, family-friendly kind of bar with good music and good beer. Between 1997 and 2015, they opened a few more bars in Leeds and got a bit of a name for themselves for serving craft beer in the UK. They were the first bar to be serving things like Duvel and Orval and Sierra Nevada Pale Ale and Brooklyn Lager, and from then things kind of snowballed, and now they have a set of bars which are full of all kinds of delicious beers, and a brewery which is producing good beers too. It's sort of part of North Bar's program. Every year they do a few different festivals, and one of those festivals takes place in February, and it's the US Beer Festival. And as part of that, North Bar got in some of Stillwater's takeaway range, which are all beers based on certain Chinese takeout dishes. And Brian was going to be in the country to be attending Cloudwater's Friends and Family Festival, and whilst it was over, he swung by one of our bars to do a tasting of the Stillwater takeout beers, and we figured, whilst it was in Leeds, let's get together and collaborate on a beer. Stillwater has been a favourite brewery of ours for a while. We have, I think, similar styles of creativity and similar styles in the labels that we produce for our cans. So we were super excited to have Brian over to collaborate. When we started talking about what we should do, he simply just asked the question if we'd ever experimented with Kveik yeast, and we hadn't, and he hadn't either, so that's what we wanted to do, a Kveik IPA, and here it is. Without further ado, let's get tasting. The beer is 7%, and it contains, your usual suspects of any modern IPA. Wheat, oats, barley, of course, And the hops included in this beer are Dorado and Sabro. Dorado is a hop that we're very keen on at North Brewing Company. We use it in a lot of our IPAs, and I think that's what contributes those soft, fleshy pear flavours. Sabro is a bit of a new one for us. It's a bit of a new one for everyone. And I think the consensus in the brewery is that we enjoy Sabro in small amounts, accompanied by another kind of more flavoursome, more heavy-hitting hop. Yeah. Straight away you're getting big, fruity, soft aroma, kind of fleshy pear, and a little bit of funk, which is coming from the Kveik yeast. Let's see. It's a lovely colour. Nice soft pale yellow, and nice fluffy head. There we go. Also got a bit of grass in the head there. Yeah. Cheers. It's got this wonderful, sharp, kind of effervescent bitterness. It's almost like a little bit sour, kind of grapey, and lots of orange zest. It's really soft. It's very pillowy, and again, like in the aroma, it's got that kind of soft pear flavour. Absolutely delicious. A little bit of background about the Kveik aspect is Kveik, I believe, is a Norwegian strand of yeast, and it's known to produce lots of big estery fruit aromas and flavours. When we were making this beer, even before we'd added any hops into the dry hop schedule, the aromas and the flavours that were coming from the beer were just they were beautiful. And you know, there was a conversation where we said we could just stop here, but obviously with a few more hops, wouldn't go amiss in any IPA. But yeah, there was a stage when it had this real farmhouse character, which is held on to just a little bit, but yeah, is now a full-bodied, full-throttle IPA. A little bit sweet. You get a little bit of sticky residual sugar on your lips when you drink it. And the bitterness kind of builds. It's delicious. I've had a few cans from a crop this year, and this has been out for a few weeks now, and each time it's changed and developed, and I think it's improved as the season's gone on. It's a real treat, and it's a beer we're really happy with, and I'm sure you'll see us growing some more Kveik IPAs in the near future.